Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí ọmọ bàjẹ́ lọ́wọ́. So I'm currently in the book of Ruth. I'm reading about the fact that Eli was not a great parent. That's crazy because Hannah, she sacrificed her son to God, essentially saying that she would give him back to God. That looked like her giving him to Eli to raise. And he had 2 of his own biological sons that he let get away with literal murder. With everything, right? I want to focus on the fact that Eli was a good man. He really loved God. Even to the end of his life, you could tell that he really loved God and he had a heart for God and the things of God. But it's like he didn't want his children to feel the pain of consequences. Because if they felt the pain of the true consequences, I guess they would have been hurt. Maybe they would have not liked their dad very much. Every time he told them that they shouldn't do what they're doing, they were sleeping with the women outside of the tabernacle. And these are the people that were wearing God's sacred robes. But as a father, I can imagine it was difficult for him to really address the wrongdoing they were actually partaking in. I've done the same with my daughter as well, especially my first one. When initially I would say that, if you don't do that, this is the consequence. And then I'd look at her and I'd be like, oh, she's just so little and cute. It's okay, it doesn't matter. And that started looking like she didn't believe a word I said. And when I would tell her off, she would be like, this woman is not going to do anything. She's not going to do nothing. And she was right, because I wasn't doing anything about it. And it was my husband that would be like, he would follow through, and then I would feel bad. It was just really a vicious cycle. And I was like, this girl is not going to respect me. I realised that the thing that I thought would hurt her the most would hurt me, because she would then become a child that doesn't listen and doesn't respect authority. So I had to shake it off. I had to shake off that feeling of, maybe she's not going to like me, or, I feel bad, but she's just so little, and follow through. So what I learned from Eli is that even in the littlest things, if our children do something wrong and there is consequences to be had from that wrongdoing, every action has a reaction, whether it's good or bad. I say that to my child all the time, that whether it's a reward or it's a consequence, but there's always a reaction. And if there's a consequence that needs to be given, it's to follow through. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kí ọmọ bàjẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Yeah, God forbid our children spoil in our hand, or worse, God forbid that they get subjected to greater consequences that they can never come back from. If you were like the old me, where I wouldn't follow through with consequences that were necessary, don't be like that. Just keep following through. It may hurt momentarily, but they'll be fine. And they'll be much better off for it than you letting them off. That's it. Bye.